Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to the FarmSim weekly news. This is the week from the 6th of May till the 12th of May. And in the beginning of the week we got another information that about the FarmCon, which will be in Germany in the beginning of July, and the guy Boris Stefan, who is the head of publishing, will be not only there, but he will talk about publishing news. And I really wonder what this will be. Yeah, Lisa Tan from the community team already said those are the most interesting news we will get to hear. So I'm really curious what this will be. Yeah, and then on Tuesday we got a surprise. There is a beta version for PC players for the arena mode and bale stacking. So if you activate this beta mode, every PC player can do this. It is an open beta. You can try this arena mode or the bale stacking mode, and they are competitive multiplayer modes. And the arena mode leads to the FSL. So if you have some training with this and you like to do this, then you can build up a team and you can play in the league, and if you are lucky you can earn a lot of money. Yeah, and here we have some images of this. And later, so about in a month or so, this arena mode and bale stacking mode will come to the normal game. So it will leave the beta mode and beta stage, and then it will be normal integrated in FarmSim in the normal game, and you can play alone for training, and you can invite friends for multiplayer competitions, and so without any registration or so. They made it really simple to use those competitive modes. Yeah, and I think this is a really good idea. Yeah, here another image. And until now the farming league, FarmSim league, has been running on FS19, and now it comes to FS22. Yeah. And here we got a German article about this farming simulator league, and it's not from Giants itself, but from the German games magazine Gameswirtschaft. And they write about the Farming Simulator League. And I don't have it in an English version, so I can just tell you the main points of this, because there are some informations that we didn't get from Giants yet. So this arena mode and the bale stacking mode will be available for PlayStation 5 and Xbox. And also the Farming Simulator League itself will be available for consoles. This is really new. Before it was only for PC players. And that's the one thing. The other thing is the start of this year's FSL will be at the FarmCon itself, so in the beginning of July. And the prize that you can get if you are the winner, you can get 200,000 euro. So this is double the price than before. If you get this prize, if you are the best with your 3-person team, then you can nearly live from this. So depending on where you live. But it is quite a lot of money, I would say. And they got a new main sponsor, and this is the Helm AG from Hamburg. Yeah, and then we had Community Spotlight again, this time with Kegarino. And Kegarino is a YouTuber, and he is playing FarmSim, and he is disabled. He has muscle dystrophy illness, and this is chronic and increases, and he is bound to a wheelchair, and as far as I understood, he can't even move his arms and hands anymore, at least not so that he can play the game. And he plays the farming sim with blowing into something like straws. So here he has a machine in front of his mouth and here at the side, and when he blows there, this happens in the game, and when he blows at the other thing, it's attached and he drives, and so forth. And he has a YouTube channel. He makes videos with this and helps other players, and I found it really interesting, and he is such a brave young man who doesn't let his illness bring him down, but keeps doing interesting stuff and is creative, and so he is a really inspiration. Yeah, that was the community spotlight of this week. And 1 hour after the community spotlight, Kermit was doing another live stream. So he is really busy bringing interesting stuff for the community. Kermit is the American community coordinator, and he invited some English-speaking YouTubers and streamers to play in the arena mode first, and they had 2 teams and they played against each other, and therefore we as the audience could see how it works with the arena mode. And then later he invited 6 other YouTubers to play in the bale stacking mode, and so they played against each other, and Clutch Simulation was the fastest bale stacker. Yeah, and here you can see DJ Goham stacking his bales. And then we got something like secret information about upcoming DLCs. So in the SteamDB you can always see when game developer submits new content to its game, mainly DLCs, updates and things like that. And here we get an entry, SteamDB unknown app, and a number. And this was on 10th of May, I think. And usually when we get such an entry in the SteamDB, it will take about a month, and then we get a new pack. And so this is not so surprising, because we expect a new pack. We know that we will get the pack 2, the Machines to Rule the Mountains of the Year 2 Season Pass, in the middle of the year. And I would say June is about the middle of the year. And here we can see this even a little bit bigger. And the question is, what do we expect from this pack? I myself expect something like small grass harvesting and maybe turning, baling, such and so forth, equipment that works good in the mountains, like with the Alpine pack that we had in FS19. But I don't know yet. Maybe it's something else, something totally different. Yeah, but that's what I expect. And what I expect FS22 is that we will get information about the big expansion rather soon as well. So I'd say maybe we get this information maybe in the middle of June, because when at the last year's FarmCon we already knew about the Silver Run Forest pack, and yeah, and we had the second pack already. So, and when it's like last year, then we will get this second pack before the FarmCon, and we will know about this big expansion also before the FarmCon, and then at FarmCon we will get more information about the map and maybe about the exciting crops and what to expect. So there will be a lot of interesting stuff. First we get the FS23 and then all those packs and informations about packs. Yeah. The next thing is on Friday we got the fact sheets for the FS23. This is a New Holland tractor and a trailer for transporting the milk. And here we have the Rodne Forwarder with something like an auto load function, which is really nice. I made a video about this, and I also made a video about the arena mode earlier in this week. And now we can have a look at the Modhub. And at the Modhub it was still a waiting game, so for the mods testing we modders had to still wait quite a while, and I think that's because they have to test the FS23, and now we know they had to test the arena mode as well, and maybe they are already testing the next DLC for FS22. I would think yes, and therefore they don't have enough time to test all our mods. And in the first part of the week we didn't get much mods, some days none at all. But then on Friday we got a whole bunch of mods and a lot of updates. So in total we got 4 new maps this week, 1 earlier in the week and 3 on Friday that you can see here. And I will show you the map a little bit deeper in a minute. And here we get quite some vehicle stuff and machines and buildings, and today was really a lot. And we have the frogs from Moonlight. Yeah, and a nice Bavarian church as a prefab. And the long-awaited update for the Valley the Old Farm came. And yeah, also an update for Edgewater Saskatchewan, which is a really favorite mod and map, and an update for East Vineland also, and a lot of others, including an update for my hinterland, and I will tell you a little bit about this later. Yeah, then updates for vehicles and all kinds of stuff. And where does the updates end? So today it was really, wow, a lot. And here came the Buck County map in the beginning of the week and some other new mods, as you can see. And here more updates. Yeah, and that's already it for this week, but it's not so little. It's a lot of new mods and updates, but they didn't came every day in small portions, but in a big chunk all on Friday and a little bit earlier this week. So here we see Bucks County, and it has 60 challenging, irregularly shaped fields. And here you can see those fields. They are really challenging, I would say, so nothing for the helper. But the landscape is quite nice. Yeah, somehow I like it. Those soft rolling hills and yeah, looks peaceful. If I would have fun with irregular fields, I think I would give it a try, but I'm more into helper-friendly fields. And today we got the, if I say today, I mean Friday, because I'm recording this on Friday, and you will see it on Saturday. Yeah, the Carpathian countryside came out. It's a long-awaited map, and it already has quite some votes, and it has good votes. 4.7 is very, very good for a map. It has 3 pre-placed farms and a lot of description, as you can see. And you get a really huge farm for the starting farm. I think this could be your farm. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, the farm is enormous. And you have a lot of equipment. Yeah, and as you can see, rolling hills, like I like them. And here we have the PDA. And most of the fields are paired somehow, so with a little tiny dirt road in between. Maybe it's very easy to combine them if you want to have bigger fields. But I'd say they are big anyhow, those fields. So this is more something for people who like to play with huge machinery and huge fields. And yeah, I'm interested in this map, and if I find the time, I'll make a map tour about this. And then we got the map Knieskopsheim. And maybe you ask yourself, what is this word? And this word sounds totally German, even to me. But I never heard a word like that. So it doesn't mean anything to me. The end, the Heim, this means home. And a lot of villages are called Heim in the end. But Knieskops is a very funny word, even for me. It sounds very German, and I think it is German, but yeah, it's a very funny word, and therefore I spotted it in the waiting list or in the testing list, and I thought, oh, this must be a very interesting map. And today it came out. It has 76 farmlands. Oh no, those are the farmlands, yeah, and 53 of them are fields, and they have 15 forests, so quite a lot. And you need 5 mods to play it. And here you can see it. The map is rather small, and the fields are, part of them are diagonal, that make the map look not so straight, but it's still helper friendly. Yeah, and I think it looks nice. Look here. And a lot of snow images. Maybe the map maker thought then it looks the nicest, but here this is really bucolic, I would say. Yeah, and then another map today, Crocken Farm. This is an English map, and yeah, it has 36 fields in many shapes and sizes. You need 4 mods to play it. And yeah, here you can see the fields are rather big. So not all the fields, but yeah, in average I would say the fields are big and very close together, and those are more the helper friendly style and those are more irregular, so you can choose what you like best. This is good, I'd say. And we have those soft rolling hills again. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful looking map. And then we got the mod Frogs for Pond. So a small decorative mod. And this is from the modder Moonlight. Yeah, and she already made the mod with the water planes and with water plants. And so those frogs really fit very good into this. And I know her from the Giants Forum. She is such a nice young woman. Yeah, and before she only played on console, and then she bought a PC and she started modding, and I find this really awesome. And now she already has several mods in Modhub. Here you can see those few frogs. Yeah, and one of the frogs make frog sounds. So if you want to have sounds, you can put this frog, and if you want to have it louder, you can place several of them, but the others don't have frog sounds, so that you can scatter a lot of frogs in your pond without it being too loud. So this is really well thought. And then I chose a prefab today, the Bavarian Church, because I really like it. Usually I don't have prefabs in my weekly news because it's only interesting for map makers. But yeah, this I really like, and before there was nearly only the Erlengrad church for German European type maps, and I already saw it too often now, this Erlengrad church. It's wonderful, it's very, very beautiful, but when it's on every map, you sooner or later you think, oh no, I don't want to see it anymore. And yeah, therefore I think this very beautiful Bavarian church will be seen in Europe-style maps really often, especially if they are in the Alpine Bavarian region, because in northern Germany churches look totally different. Those kinds of towers with those roundish shapes are only in the Bavarian and Alpine region, and even here where I live, close to the southwest of Germany, those kind of towers are very rare. We more have straight towers, and in the north you don't find them. But there are a lot of those Bavarian inspired maps, and therefore I think we will see this very, very often. It's from the modder Bernie SCS, who already made quite a lot of those farm packs that we can see in a lot of maps. Yeah, and then we have the update for the Valley the Old Farm, long awaited, and a huge update. And yeah, it came out. And here you can see the changelog. It's quite long. And they write, warning, new game required. And I would say this new game save is only required for some of those fixed bugs and points. So there are several bumps and holes that have been fixed, and the level 2 bumpy areas near the sawmill, and the flying tree in field 58, and those kind of bug fixes, they require a new save game to enjoy them. If you don't have a new save game, those bumps will not be leveled, because the terrain and things like that, they are saved in the save game. Yeah, but other changes they made, for example, the cow and sheep pastures are now compatible with the mod animal grazing. This also works without a new save game. I tried it. I grew grass in the sheep pasture, and after the update I bought a sheep and waited, and the grazing mod was working. And I don't know about the new save game need for the bug impossible to cover bunker silos in the farm fixed. The bunker silos were not working. I think you shouldn't need a new save game for this, but I haven't tried it because I don't use those bunker silos. Maybe if you use them and you try it, you could tell me whether you need a new save game for this or not. Yeah. And then it goes on and on. My hinterland map got an update too, finally today. The landing stage is solid now, the small landing stage at the farm, and the horses can be sold for 40,000 bucks when they are 3 years old, well fed and fully trained. And yeah, that you can start your horse training center. I made a simple horse pasture like this that is affordable. And that's all of the update aspects of the hinterland. And here I show you what I'm modding at the moment. So maybe you saw on my hinterland videos that I was converting the windmill from Ravenport from FS19, and I will bring it out as a mod as well, and as a decorative windmill, as a windmill where you get passive income, as a production point, and as a selling station for all kinds of grain and such. And then, as you can see here, the top sits on top of a hut. And I thought, okay, if I remove the top, I have a hut. And so I will include this hut into the mod, and there will different kinds of huts. So an empty hut, and a decorative hut with furniture, a furnished hut as a holiday home, and a furnished hut as a farmhouse. And if you like, I could even add a furnished hut with additional decorations, so like flowers and fruits on the table and things like that. And here I can show you the furniture that I made especially for this hut, with the same texture that I used for the windmill and the hut, and therefore it is very slot efficient. And yeah, so here we have an oven, and here a water canister, and a simple metal bowl that you can use as a sink. So this is the kitchen. And here we have the sleeping and living area, wooden benches that are big enough to sleep on it. And so you bring your own mattress and your sleeping bag to sleep on this. It's good for 2 persons. And here we have a sitting area, just very rustic table and chair. Everything is very rustic, and that was my main goal, to make it really rustic. And then I thought, okay, I could add some flowers here, and on the table maybe some flowers and some fruits in the kitchen and some more of those stuff, but that wouldn't be as slot efficient. So therefore I would make one version like that and one version with the decoration that would cost more slots on consoles. And please tell me whether you are interested in a version with additional decoration, or whether you just like it as rustic and minimalistic as it is right now. And then the last thing I modded this week is I furnished my ice cafe on my map Wunzig. So I built chairs and this counter for selling and ice cream chalices and things like that. Yeah, and that's what I did for my upcoming map Wunzig. Okay, that's it for this week. And I'm really curious what will come to us next week. Yeah, I'm open for a lot of surprises, and I will tell you in next week's video. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.